Y'all, this is my third time trying to record. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Healing and Hurt, a space where we heal and talk shit. And no matter how it comes out, we just want to be heard. I feel like on today's episode, I want to talk about freedom of expression. Um, Especially with me being a black woman. There's a lot of ways that we express ourselves just through our hair, through the way we dress, through our attitudes, through our facial expressions, through anything like that. So I feel like as a black woman, just that in itself is important. Just our expression. With being in the service, I feel like um my freedom of expression has went away a lot. I'm trying to navigate with finding myself again through the way I dress. Not really through the way I act. I still act the same. I don't think I really code switch, especially when I'm at work. I don't code switch at all. It's just I'm me, I'm who I am, and that's it. You get what you get. I feel like um in society, women have to, black women specifically, have to dumb themselves down to fit. And me personally, I feel like that should not even be a thing. Black women are the blueprint for any type of expression, whether it is hair, whether it is nails, whether it is fashion, whether it is attitude, facial expressions, anything. That's us. Singing, that's us. We the ones. And with me being a black woman in a service, having to dwindle myself down to fit in service, it really sucks because normally I'm one of them people who express myself through my hair, and I don't do my hair that much. I actually lock my hair up. So, yeah. I used to be one of those people who would dye their hair. My hair was green. My hair was pink. My hair was blonde. My hair was red. I had it all. I had blue hair. Like that was me. I had short hair. I had long hair. I used to have braids. Any hairstyle you thought of, I had it. And that was how I expressed myself. Now it's like I'm stuck in this space where I have to always have my hair in a bun or or just back to be acceptable. And I've never cared about being accepted. That's one thing. I've never cared about that. But in this field of work, you have to present yourself a certain way to be looked at as a professional, to be looked at as professional. And that sucks. I don't think I code switch. I'm very lax. I'm very laid back. I'm not, I don't, it's no reason why I should ever have to code switch. One. For two, uh, I just feel like the way I act is acceptable in any room, no matter who I'm with, no matter if I'm with a general, no matter if I'm with a lieutenant, no matter if I'm with a private, I'm still the same. And I respect everyone the same as they should do me. And if they don't, then that's what they're going to get. But yeah, my self expression has become better. And especially with my attitude. My attitude was based around my trauma. And I had like a very, 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 very bad anger problem where I would flip like that. I don't have I don't have a bad anger problem anymore. It's just more so my facial expressions. Like like I would look at somebody so crazy and just not say anything. But literally I'm saying it all with my face. And I'm working on that. I'm working on that. No matter who it is, like I said, like my expressions are there all the time. I don't My face could say 1,000 words without saying anything. But um yeah, I felt like for a couple years there I was just losing my expression because I had to dumb myself down, had to dwindle myself down to just become acceptable. And now I'm like learning all my self expression, or not even just my self expression, just expressing myself overall, just because I just came home 2 years ago and now it's not the same. And now I'm like, I have to learn how to re express myself so I don't come off as crazy because the things that I felt over there were like, I don't really like talking about it as much, but how I felt overseas was really overwhelming for me. I'm not, and it's not so much of the things that happen. It's just the whole time. Like we have to keep our head on the swivel and just keep this. We have to stay postured up, like. And I feel like me coming home, like that messes with me. That messed with me because now I'm home. My head always on the swivel. I'm always paranoid, always checking my windows, like in my doors, and looking behind my back. It's like now I'm home. I shouldn't have to do that, and now I do it even more because the United States is dangerous. But yeah, let's lock that tea. Just with that, like, and then on top of that, just being in a service overall, like you can't talk about certain stuff. And me being a black woman, I want to talk about it all. I want to talk about the stuff that I've witnessed in my life, especially the challenges that I have to endure as a black woman in service. Like, it's hard. My first deployment, I witnessed racism. 2019, somebody called me the hard R walking down the street. I have a family full of activists. I love being a black person. And it's the fact that when these things happen, like people get killed by the police unjustified. I want to talk about stuff like that. Just having not being able to express yourself, and it's not just me being in the service. It's everyone, like just being having to be professional and not talk about those things. However, me being black, those things affect me in my everyday life. Essentially, they affect my son, they affect his father, they affect my family. So it's just like me not being able to express that, especially on social media. Like it just makes me feel like I don't stand for nothing for real. My whole race is still getting oppressed. And because I fight for the United States of America, I can't say anything. And you know what? That just makes me feel like what am I fighting for if I'm not just fighting for my people? I understand I'm not only fighting for my people, I'm fighting for everyone, but who I go the hardest for is mine. And I feel like that really bothers me that I can't express myself when it comes to that. With the George Floyd stuff. I share my little social media posts. I share, but like I can't really comment on it. And me being who I am, especially when it comes to black people, that bothers me. And I will never not say that it doesn't, because it does. It does. And I don't want to sit around and politic with nobody about stuff that happens in the black community in the military, because they don't understand. 9 times out of 10, they're from Southern Ohio. What do I want to talk to you about? Um, what happens in the black community when you've probably never witnessed it? And I just feel like that just sucks. Like I can't express myself, and the only thing that I can do is make a face. Like how would you feel if that was the only thing that you could do? Like just only make a face. You can't make a comment or anything. I remember just last week actually. Um, I was talking about how basically like um hip hop music is now, well, not now, but has been appropriated for so many years, and without even acknowledging where it came from, the New York and the Bronx and stuff like that, and Brooklyn, without acknowledging that people are in hip hop and they don't care about where it came from. They're just profiting off of it. And I said something along those lines, and someone basically told me, and now remind you, this is a class discussion. Someone basically told me like, I wish we would do away with the color thing, because saying that hip hop is black is wrong and da 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 da. Now, never, not once did I say that. What I said was, it's not, it's wrong for to be in a genre and it not being recognized from where it came. I never said that it was a black genre. And that was my response. I said it's simply put that it should be acknowledged. And that's the same thing when I talk about slavery or anything. It's acknowledging the facts. I remember I was sitting up, I was in Iraq. It's so many times that like people of not color, I'm gonna say that, people of not color have um felt the need to tell me it's not about race. Granted, I love everyone. However, when you tell me it's not about race and then automatically say something that's privileged, or that holds to your privilege, that automatically makes it about race. I remember he said, people always want to bring up slavery and things like this. And it's just like, see, when you say things like that, he was like, he said, people always want to bring up slavery like it was me that did it. And then he said, he referred back to me and was like, do you feel like you're um living the same trauma as your ancestors? I said, I'm not living the same trauma as them. From I'm living underneath that, if that makes sense. And then he said, well, I'm not the enslaver. And even though I benefit from it, I don't see why that's bad. And it's just like, wow, you really just said that. And mind you, this is I'm in the military setting. I'm at work in a tower in Iraq. with a fully loaded weapon. You just said that. Now you just pissed me off. Because what do you mean? It's okay that you benefit from it, and I'm not benefiting from my ancestors that were enslaved. And I know I have about 4 generations behind me that were enslaved. My great grandmother, her family is Cherokee. And guess what? She don't really have that many because it was just her. Do you think that we're living under that privilege? No, we're not. We're black. But this is things that I can't talk about. I shouldn't even be talking about it, but that's that's just that. But yeah, back to the freedom of expression. I just feel like if I it would be okay if I was able to express myself the way that I would like to, especially pertaining to black people. I love being black. And if you're watching this, don't ever forget it. I love being black. I love being black. I love being black. My mom black, my daddy black, my son black, my man black, my family black, his family black. I love it. I love being black. That's me. Wow, you make being black your identity. It is. Black people have no culture. How come? What you mean? We are the culture. We the ones. But yeah, self-expression is important, and self-expression is what people don't like. People didn't like the loud hot Cheeto girls, and I bet the loud hot Cheeto girls is the ones that's doing great in life because they were always self-expressive. I hope that the loud hot Cheeto girls doing great in life. I used to always think the loud hot Cheeto girls was funny. I used to be cracking up at the loud hot Cheeto girls. It was funny, always getting into fights, all because they couldn't be quiet. But guess what? That's who making the most money, the ones that can't be quiet. I just think it's crazy how how the world is based off of people talking and mass hysteria. And it's just like you want people to be quiet and be institutionalized and just not vocal about anything. That's ridiculous, especially when that's what profits. I mean, that's what makes the money. Marketing, sales, that's what makes the money. So the fact that y'all teach people to be quiet at school and pay attention, I understand paying attention. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy, whatever. But you have to listen to other people as well. It's not just about instruction, because you can learn from anybody, no matter if it was a janitor or the president. Self expression is very important. That's where I wanted to get at. And also, self expression aids in healing as well. Um, Going through what I went through uh, as um, as a teenager, uh, my way of self expression was painting, was writing, was meditating myself because especially writing, especially poetry, that was a great outlet for me, and it still is. My self expression has gotten me a lot of places, writing especially. If you don't know, I was on the Kelly Clarkson show because I wrote a letter to a World War II veteran. But yeah, um, writing has gotten me so many places. Not even just there, but um, writing has healed my spirit. Whenever I felt angry, And or even if I felt like spirit just led me to write something and I wrote it down and I felt okay. Y'all, I remember I wrote down some goals that I had 4 years ago. I still have that paper. Y'all, although it was 4 years ago, I knocked out about 6 out of 10 of them goals, and this probably number 7, starting this podcast. But writing has given me a freedom, and that's why self-expression is important. Because if you don't express yourself, then I feel like you just will never feel free. Expression is free. It's supposed to be free. Freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Freedom of speech is freedom of expression. No matter if you be an activist, if you starting drama, if you spreading rumors, I don't give a damn. Freedom of expression is important. But like I said, especially when it comes to healing, expression is expressing your feelings is very important. And I just feel like, especially when it comes to expressing yourself to like someone who hurt you, and not really, and this is what I was talking about when listening. Now, when I was saying they need to listen, I was saying they need to listen to you. Now, what I'm about to say, it sounds like I just almost contradicted myself, but what I was saying is, um, when you express yourself, it's not about you listening to them, it's about them hearing you. And it doesn't matter if you want to go back and forth, you just have to mean what you say. And no matter if they want to go back and forth, you say whatever you gotta say with your chest. And I understand that term like fully. Now, I didn't used to, but y'all, until I had to say something with my chest and block out all the noise, I'm telling y'all that it helped. Just freedom of expression, period, is just a beautiful thing, and it can help you in so many ways. It's when getting a job, it can help you networking, it can help you walking down the street and just being a beautiful person and complimenting people. Like that can make your day better and someone else's better. You know what I mean? Like freedom of expression is just a beautiful thing. And what I want to say is don't be afraid to express yourself when it comes to dressing, your nails, your hair, your voice, your attitude, anything. Do not be scared because that one thing could lead you somewhere so beautiful. All because you expressed yourself. God wouldn't have put you in a place where you felt like you had to express yourself if He didn't want you to express yourself. So, that is it, guys. And thank you for watching my first episode of Healing in Her with Dashauna. I will see you all later. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I did go to work. I don't know what time it is. Probably like 7, 8 o'clock. But yeah. I had to sit back here comfortable because I just, like I said, I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. But if you like what you heard, if you like what you've seen, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all on my second episode, on my next episode of Healing in Her with Shauna Priest. Bye.